Bonjour tout le monde, bienvenue à la webconférence sur le baccalauréat en enseignement de l'anglais langue seconde. Je suis Mélanie Boutin, responsable de promotion et d'information sur les études à la Faculté des Lettres et des sciences humaines. Donc, tout d'abord, je vous remercie d'être présent avec nous aujourd'hui et de votre intérêt envers notre offre de formation. Le déroulement de la présentation va aller comme suit. Donc, nous allons faire une présentation d'environ 20 à 25 minutes maximum. Durant celle-ci, si vous avez des questions, vous pourrez les poser via l'outil questions-réponses en bas de l'écran. Mais également, sachez qu'à la fin, il y aura une période de questions réservée. Donc, vous pourrez poser vos questions toujours via l'outil questions-réponses, mais également à voix haute. Donc, vous pourrez lever votre main et vous débloquerons à ce moment-ci votre micro pour que vous puissiez poser votre question. La séance d'information sera également enregistrée. Donc, nous enverrons le lien là, par la suite pour le réécouter là, si jamais vous le désirez. Donc, sans plus tarder, je vous présente, je cède la parole à Madame Monica Waterhouse, la directrice du programme. Bonne écoute.
Merci, Madame Boutin. Bienvenue tout le monde. Aujourd'hui, je vais faire mon présentation en anglais parce que c'est le baccalauréat en enseignement de l'anglais, langue seconde. Mais quand même, à la fin, on va avoir une période de questions et je vous invite à poser vos questions en français ou en anglais selon votre guise. To start today, I'd like to start off by telling you a little bit about why you might want to choose the baccalauréat en enseignement de l'anglais langue seconde, give you a little sense of the program itself, our courses, practicums, and the concentrations we offer, as well as some of the unique opportunities at Université Laval to enrich your training experience as a teacher and an ESL specialist. We'll also look quickly at the admission requirements. And at the end, I'd like to tell you a bit about your degree and what you can do with it as a future career. So, you might ask, is BEALS right for me, a baccalauréat en enseignement de l'anglais langue seconde? Well, if you're a person who's passionate about languages and culture, if you have a strong desire to help others achieve their potential and work with young people, especially children and adolescents, this may be a good career path for you. Our program leads to a teaching certificate issued by the government of Quebec. And so if you really want to make a difference in your community and your society, and you aspire to be a professional in education, this is a good training program for you to become an ESL specialist. A little bit about our program. I've worked in other teaching training programs, and I'm so pleased to become director of this program because it is so comprehensive as an ESL teacher training program. It's offered not just by one department, but in close collaboration with an interdisciplinary team of high-quality, extraordinary professors. We are able, thanks to the participation of our colleagues working in Spanish, to offer two concentrations. So we do have the baccalauréat en enseignement de l'anglais langue seconde with English, but we also offer a concentration English-Spanish, which allows you to become not just a teacher of English as a second language, but also Spanish as a third language. So my English and Spanish colleagues work in language and linguistics, and here you take courses related to the history of the language, the development of the language over time, and also grammar of the language. Not with a view to learning it yourself per se, but how you can then teach that language to others, your students. We also have an amazing literature department with specialists in the literatures of the English world, British literature, American literature, post-colonial literature, and of course, Canadian literature. And in this part of the program, you take courses, of course, related to novels and short stories and poetry, but also beyond that, theater as well, spoken word, rap. So there's a wide range of cultural forms that you learn about in your literature courses that can then be translated as a kind of cultural richness to your own ESL students in the future. The last element there, of course, this is a teacher training program, so you have courses related to general education, but also specific to teaching languages as well. So I work in the second language pedagogy area where we'll work on how you teach languages to others. But the general education courses we offer in collaboration with the Faculty of Education give you the social context in which we do our work. How to manage a classroom of 30 children and still teach them something about English. And what is the context and learning disabilities of children and how you might still be able to work with them and strategies. So it's a very comprehensive program that we offer. Not only do you do these courses at the university, but right from the very first year of your program, you will be going out to the schools. You have practicums in schools. And over the course of the program, you do one each year. So 4-year program, 4 stages, 4 practicums. And these gradually increase in length of time and also responsibility, so that by your 4th year, when you do a full semester, fall semester as a teacher, you will be ready and confident, and you will have mastered all of the teacher competencies required by the government of Quebec. You alternate, and so you'll have experience teaching children at the primary level as well as the secondary level. And this is a great opportunity to start building your network for the job market after you graduate. In addition, at U Laval, we have 2 really great options. A stage en région, which means that you can do that final stage in your home community anywhere in Quebec. So you may be joining us from Baie-Comeau, from Gaspé, you can do your final practicum in your home community. We also offer the stage en cours d'emploi, which is an opportunity to have a small teaching contract while doing your practicum. This is nice financially, but I'm happy to say that even without that, the government of Quebec is really valuing the teaching profession. And our 4th practicum, the government of Quebec now offers a bourse de soutien à la persévérance et la réussite des stagiaires. And last year, this was worth almost $4,000. So it's a very nice financial support for your teacher training. So as I mentioned, our overall program is sort of a cohesive approach that integrates the theory and research that you're learning in your university classes and putting them right into practice immediately in the context of your practicums in the field in schools. In addition to those 2 elements working in conjunction, you also may develop over the course of your program a professional e-portfolio, a digital portfolio that showcases what you can do as an ESL professional. So this really readies you for the job market. So what can you expect within the program? A few details that are very important. The program is offered principally in English. So having a high level of academic English is essential. Your courses will be in English. We do offer 1 or 2 in French in collaboration with the Faculty of Education. For example, élèves en difficulté. But for the most part, your courses are taken in English. It's also offered as a face-to-face, en présentiel program, okay? So yes, right now in the time of pandemic, we are working virtually, and I'm so proud of my entire teaching team and our current students and how they've been able to adapt to that rather smoothly. But the intention is that we will go back to a face-to-face program. So you do need to be on campus for a full-time study for 4 years. The program is 120 credits, and you need to take it in the fall and winter sessions in order to follow your practicums in the appropriate order. There's very little in the summer. We do offer a few optional courses in the summer, but for the most part, it's fall and winter study. And I would like to emphasize that in order to follow this rather structured cheminement, this pathway through the program, it works best if you start your program in the fall. So it's really designed for a fall start, and we look forward to seeing you next fall if possible. Now, once you're in the program, I mentioned that U Laval has some really extraordinary opportunities to enrich your training experience. The first one I'd like to talk about is studying abroad for a semester. So we have a couple different ways you can do this. We offer the Profil International, where you will go away and study at one of our partner universities, either in the English-speaking world, USA, Australia, United Kingdom, or you can also go, if you're in the Spanish concentration, to a Spanish-speaking country, and we have partners in Spain and Mexico, and there are others. If you're not interested in going away for a whole semester, we also in the summertime offer the international and intercultural training, which is where you serve as a teaching assistant in the summer with a school in China or in a Spanish-speaking country, again, perfecting your teaching skills and developing your language, living in that milieu. Finally, maybe you don't want to leave the country. You can also do Échange Canada, where we offer an opportunity to study for a semester in another province in Canada. And here we have partners out on the West Coast in Vancouver at Simon Fraser University, or a little less far at the University of Regina in Saskatchewan. So these are all opportunities for you to deepen your cultural knowledge, which helps build your base as an ESL specialist or as a third language teacher for Spanish. Now, I know that some of you listening today may have families or other reasons why you're not prepared to go abroad, but we have even more opportunities that U Laval offers here in Quebec City. For example, you may recognize the Morin Center in the picture here. We offer a 4-credit internship there with the Morin Center is the Center for English Culture in Quebec. They have an English language library, and in this internship, you work closely with the librarian to develop children's programming at the library. We also offer the community service and language learning option for credit, where you work as a tutor or in homework help with Anglophone students living in the Quebec community. Again, an opportunity to connect with the Anglophone community in Quebec. In addition, we offer a special project in ESL or Spanish teaching, so English or Spanish, which could be done in Quebec or abroad, picking up on some of your own interests and opportunities that you may have. Currently, in that project, we're running a tandem language learning exchange. My colleague Susan Parks is doing that, and it's an opportunity to work virtually, so perfect for this year. And students are exchanging in French and English with students at an American partner university. So those students are learning French, and our students speak with them half the time in French, half the time in English, and they learn both language, culture, and also deepen their teaching practice as they mentor the French language learner at the American university. Last but not least, I wanted to mention Speak on Campus. This is a conference we offer each year, and it's sponsored by Speak. Speak is the Société pour le perfectionnement de l'enseignement de l'anglais langue seconde au Québec. And Speak is the professional association for existing teachers. They offer all kinds of training and workshops to support English teachers, and they also offer these workshops to our own teacher trainees in the BEALS program. So, those are some of the reasons that you might like to join the program. We do have some admission requirements. As I mentioned, having a high level of English is essential to the program. We therefore require, prior to admission, that you show proof of your English language ability in reading and listening using one of these two tests, the TOEFL IBT or the IELTS Academic. I don't want to go into too many details. We can pick this up again in the question period if you like, but these two exams are necessary to give their test results prior to admission. If you are an Anglophone or you've done extensive studies in English, you can get an exemption from these, but you will still be required to show proof of your French language proficiency for non-Francophones. And in addition, excuse me, there's also a requirement if you want to take the English-Spanish concentration and become a Spanish third language teacher that you show you have a minimum intermediate 2 level of Spanish before entering the program. You might find it strange that basic French was required for non-Francophones entering the program, but this is because in program there is also a test of written French that all teachers in Quebec actually have to pass. This is because when you become a teacher, you are going to need to be able to communicate with Francophones and French language speakers in your school milieu, both your colleagues and the parents of your students. So having a good level of written French is essential, and that happens in the program. Again, there are supports to assist you in ensuring that you can pass that test requirement. This may sound like a lot of language to master, but I want to reassure you that there are mechanisms in the program to help you, ways that we are supported. For example, we offer content-based writing courses as part of your program, and that helps to improve your written English. There's also a writing center, which is a tutoring service, again, supporting you in writing essays and reports in English. And of course, those exchanges I mentioned, whether studying abroad or doing the virtual online tandem exchange, are opportunities to improve your English and Spanish competencies orally. So by the end of the program, you will feel competent both in writing and oral language across a range of languages required for your chosen profession as an ESL specialist. So once you've completed that program, what can you do with your degree? And in fact, there's really no better time to become a teacher. In fact, there is a large teacher shortage in Quebec, so the government has many initiatives to support the training of teachers. There's a particular lack of English second language teachers available, so you are sure to find employment at the end of the program. Our teachers find employment often in the formerly called school commissions, now the Centre de Service Scolaire, either with children at the primary level or the secondary level. Although a number of our graduates also find themselves working in adult education settings or private schools. I would also mention that your Quebec teaching certificate at the end of the program is recognized in other provinces, so you have good mobility within Canada if you eventually want to move elsewhere. Finally, having an ESL teaching certificate is really a ticket to the world. So myself, I spent 4 years teaching in China in my younger years, and many of our graduates have opted to spend some time abroad. Some take part in the JET program, which recruits English teachers for Japan. So that's also an opportunity that is available to you once you complete your program. Last but not least, I'd like to talk about graduate level studies. We offer a maîtrise en linguistique with a concentration in didactique des langues. And a number of our BEALS graduates, after doing their small research projects in the context of their practicums, decide that they'd like to go further. And so they continue on at the master's level. And we have students now studying very interesting subjects such as the gamification of language learning using video games in the classroom. I have another student who's studying how multilingual children learn their third, fourth, or fifth language. And we also have someone who's investigating the potential of rap music and rap battles as language teaching pedagogy. So there's all kinds of opportunities there, but I would like to underscore that typically if you wish to teach at the cégep level, the master's is required. So with the BEALS and your teaching certificate, you may teach at elementary and secondary, but a master's is usually required at the cégep level. I'm going to conclude there by inviting you to become part of our proud professional community. And I have to say that I'm really privileged to work with our current students. They're extraordinary. They show passion for and commitment to their chosen profession. Teachers are truly superheroes, particularly now in the time of pandemic. And I do hope you'll consider joining our program. Make no mistake, if you really want to change the world, one student at a time, becoming an ESL specialist may be for you. Thank you so much. Maintenant, je laisse la parole à Madame Boutin pour la période des questions.
Merci beaucoup, Madame Waterhouse. Donc, je répète, pour la période de questions, vous avez deux options qui s'offrent à vous. Soit utiliser la question-réponse à l'écrit, je pourrais poser votre question, ou également utiliser la main levée si vous désirez. Nous allons débloquer votre micro. Mais j'ai déjà, donc pendant que les gens écrivent d'autres questions, j'ai eu une question durant la présentation. Lorsque vous avez parlé des stages, et des stages au primaire et au secondaire, est-ce que ça veut dire qui ont le brevet aux deux niveaux et comment ça fonctionne? Est-ce que c'est le stage à la fin qui détermine un petit peu plus?
Non, en fait, le brevet, ça indique que vous êtes prête pour enseigner au primaire ou au secondaire. Donc, c'est pas une distinction entre un brevet à l'une ou l'autre, l'ordre d'enseignement. Mais quand même, d'habitude, on assurerait que le dernier stage, le stage 4, c'est fait à le niveau où vous envisagez votre carrière à l'avenir. Parce que c'est intéressant de faire le plus long stage à le niveau où vous imaginez que vous voulez enseigner pour votre carrière. Mais il n'y a aucune limitation comme ça. Est-ce que c'est clair?
Oui, merci de l'explication. Puis, je reviendrai peut-être aussi une question au sujet du test d'anglais. Qu'est-ce qui est évalué plus précisément dans le test d'admission?
Ah, OK. Donc, pour le test d'admission, peut-être je peux revenir sur le diapo. Je pense que c'est sur le diapo. Oui. Donc, ici, je m'excuse, c'est pas... oui, c'est indiqué ici. Donc, ça va être, pour le test d'admission, c'est reading and listening. Donc, ce sont des compétences pas productives, mais les compétences passives. Reading and listening skills are the two parts that will be assessed on these two examinations. Je crois que c'est la même chose pour le français, mais je ne suis pas exactement sûre. Je peux vérifier.
Mais la question est spécifiquement là, pour le test en anglais.
Mais pour le test en anglais, c'est sûr que c'est une partie, une partie pour la lecture et une partie pour votre compréhension à l'oral.
OK, mais il n'y a pas d'examen oral, par exemple, là, qui est passé pour le test.
Je crois que non.
Parfait, merci. Donc, oui, une dernière question que je vois. S'il y en a d'autres, n'hésitez pas à les poser. Tout à l'heure, vous avez mentionné qu'il y avait le stage, qu'il pouvait avoir des bourses sur la rémunération. Peut-être juste revenir, là, clarifier ce point-là. Est-ce que c'est tous les stages qui sont rémunérés?
Non, c'est seulement le stage 4, malheureusement. Mais il reste aussi une opportunité pour les bourses d'excellence pour les stagiaires qui ont un bon niveau dans son performance académique, là. Donc, mais malheureusement, pour le moment, c'est juste le stage 4 qui est renuméré ou il y a une bourse pour ça. Mais je dois dire que les autres sont très courtes. Par exemple, les 2 premiers stages sont 10 jours chaque et c'est les lundis dans le contexte de votre programme. Donc, c'est pas beaucoup différent que les cours typiques à l'université. Donc, il n'y a rien qui empêche les étudiants d'avoir un emploi à l'extérieur de l'université, à l'extérieur de son programme.
Parfait, merci. Je ne vois pas d'autres questions, donc je vais vous laisser le mot de la fin. Merci, Monica, pour votre présentation.
Oh, de rien, merci à tous et j'espère qu'on peut voir plus de personnes dans notre programme. It will be a pleasure to welcome you next year. Thank you.